Good morning, everybody. My name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Despite what I went through last night, I've got up okay and I've got a smile on my face. That is because they're not going to win. I'm not letting people win. I'm here to prove to everybody that my life seems to be fake and the people in it, including the police officers that ring me on the phone. Alexa, what's the time, please?
Good morning, Crystal. The time is 8:53 a.m.
So I'm doing a YouTube video late because I was contacted on a private number by PC Sage, SAGE, of Kent Police, a male police officer. When he rang me on the phone, there was a woman in the background making noises and I could hear the conversation. So I said to PC Sage, are you aware that someone is talking in the background to another person on the phone and I can hear everything she's saying? He said, I'm sorry, I'm in an office. He said, I'm going to have to go somewhere private. So, yeah, I told the police officer I could hear every word the other person was saying in the background and it should be a personal phone call. And this is what has happened in the past with 999 calls and even laughter in the background when I've called a call operator, a 999 call operator. I've heard laughing in the background and I was severely beaten. So I am not happy with Kent Police. They are going to get sued. I didn't manage to record the phone conversation. However, I've got a phone call from Kent Police that solicitors can analyse, where somebody called me mate over the phone, a police officer supposedly, and shut down a case where I was sexually abused online. So I've got evidence against Kent Police. I've got phone calls already that have been stored of how they've mishandled cases and ignored the severity of what's going on. So I wanted to do a YouTube video, so I was pottering about and eating my breakfast, and PC Sage called again. He called again and he said to me that stalking, you have to have 2 or 3 more incidents within 6 months for someone to be a stalker. That's absolute bullshit. So if someone harasses you every day, knocks on the door, or is so three incidents within 6 months. So if it's more than a year, no. So that's what he's just told me over the phone. To qualify for someone to be a stalker, there's got to be 3 incidents within 6 months. And with that Charlie, there was 3 incidents within 6 months. And they still don't do anything. So it's bullshit what they come out with. So they are trying to excuse the guy upstairs behaviour by lying to me and telling me bullshit and dismissing it like I'm, oh, how do you know that was directed at you? Because I do, and anyone that has suffered neighbour harassment, bullying, knows it's directed at them. They're trying to make fun of what I'm saying, right? Because I'm being completely honest, it's gang stalking and neighbour harassment. Right, so leading up to the phone call, right, I have had the worst sleep for a long time, and that's maybe my fault, and maybe because I was kept on edge for hours last night by the neighbours upstairs kids stomping, screaming, shouting, and not letting me even be able to watch the TV properly. And I'm coping with this. We've also got a Hyde Housing van parked opposite my flat, and Hyde Housing are supposed to be calling me on Thursday to be dealing with this. This is serious. I've got logged evidence and they're not taking it seriously. So I reported the dog behaviour. Because I haven't got a picture of the man that was letting the dogs off, they don't want to even investigate. So if a dog walker does that to me again, I'll take a picture of their face. They want a picture of the man's face. Right, Kent Police, PC Sage, right? So we've logged what PC Sage said to me, and this is what's come back by a professional person. Right, so everything the police are saying is being related back to someone who knows about law. Right. So here you go. Someone professional said this to me. This is going to the Police Complaints Commission and other work. Dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing to raise a formal complaint about a phone call I received from PC Sage. I had submitted an online report regarding dogs being let off leads in a threatening manner near my home. This is part of an ongoing pattern of intimidation I have been experiencing. I expected my concerns to be taken seriously. Instead, PC Sage rang me from a private number. During the call, I could hear a female voice in the background making mocking noises, which I found intimidating and unprofessional. Rather than acknowledge the seriousness of my report, PC Sage appeared to make light of it, leaving me feeling dismissed and unsupported. This is not the first time I have felt my reports have been downplayed, and it is adding to the distress I am experiencing at my property. I am entitled to have my complaints treated fairly, respectfully, and with the seriousness they deserve. I request that my original dog report be properly logged and investigated, that the conduct of the call be reviewed, including why mocking background noises were present, assurance that future contact will be handled professionally and respectfully. I would also like to request written confirmation that this complaint has been received and will be investigated. PC Sage rang me back again. He rattled off his badge number so fast I couldn't catch it. The call was then cut short. He put the phone down on me. This adds to the feeling of being dismissed rather than supported. That's going to 2 places above PC Sage's head. Today, when I get back from walking my dog. This is going to a solicitor. This is going to a solicitor about police misconduct, about officers. Like I've had PC Sage before, and PC Underdown, who dismissed cyber flashing, where a guy stripped his clothes off in front of me online and asked for filthy photographs. In the past, I was sexually assaulted by my father, and they made excuses for him. So how far does this go? They made excuses for my father sexually abusing me and tried to blame it on me. The Kent police. He didn't like what I said because I told him the truth. I said, so you're trying to make excuses for perpetrators. I said, I've got an issue with Kent police way back when I said, my father assaulted me, and they made excuses for that, and he didn't like it. I said, what's your badge number? He rattled it off. I couldn't catch it, and he put the phone down on me. PC Sage of Kent Police. I said he was speaking like my mother. He was cutting me off while I was speaking. I couldn't get a word in edgeways. So I'm going to ring 101 and ask for PC Sage's badge number because I have every right to do so, because I need his badge number. So I went for a walk last night. As you can imagine, the tension between me and the neighbour upstairs is bad. Because I've obviously got an issue with Hyde housing, and it's got to the stage where I'm frightened to come back to my own home. I feel like I'm being intimidated and left in danger on purpose. You can see the police's attitude. They don't give a fuck about me. So basically I went out last night. I just went around the block, and I've caught it on camera. So I was walking around the block, and when I came home, his kids upstairs were shouting things off the balcony. So one of them ran out, went onto the balcony and shouted, "Fuck off." And then they shouted, "Pussy, pussy." Now this is children shouting swear words over the balcony. And basically, no one's helping me deal with this. They're just leaving it. So I'm going to go to a solicitor or the Citizens Advice Bureau or somewhere else. So if you type in peace complaints, Kent Police, and see what it brings up. Yeah, kids shouted "pussy" and "fuck off" over the balcony when I was walking up, coming into my. They know no one's going to do anything, and that's the attitude of the police, leaving me in danger. Right, so make a victim of police misconduct. So what does Kent Police say about their complaints? How to complain about the police. I don't know his badge number. He's just rattled it off and put the phone down on me. That's the second time. It's the second. Use our online complaints form. So I'm making the complaint for myself. Yeah. Kent Police, make a complaint about the Kent Police. I'm doing it with you now, guys. Right, so I've done this before, and someone usually calls me up, and it's usually another fake person. But we'll do it again. We go through the complaints. My title, Miss. I'm going to complain about PC Sage. Crystal, date of birth. And there's just a load of noise going on outside because the officer on the phone treated me like shit. But we're not going to get cross. This is... They need my postcode, sorry. We're not going to get cross. This is all being written down. And do you know my mother called before this police officer phoned and acted like my mother, cutting me off while I was speaking? Right. I don't mind whether you contact me by email, by phone or by post. Email address. Next. So we're going to complain to the police. Then we're going to go to the Independent Police Complaints. They'll come back with bullshit. I went to the social services. I took them to the ombudsman and I still didn't get my child back. It's all fixed. It's all rigged. You'll see. My life is all fixed. And my mother seems to be the main instigator because she's always ringing the phone when I get trouble. No, I haven't told you about this before. Rudeness. So, do any of these describe what happened? Is it rudeness or inappropriate behaviour? General level of service, how the police search. I don't know. Let's go for something else. Please tell us the type of... PC Sage not taking my report seriously. Hanging the phone up on. Trying to excuse. Talking to me in a mocking tone. whilst a woman was in the background PC says 50 characters. Can you write down in 50 characters what's going on? My PC. So, PC Sage of Kent Police rang my mobile on a private number. He started talking and trying to dismiss my report. Appeared to have a mocking tone. A woman was in the background. Sorry guys, so I've had a bit of a crappy day yesterday. There was noise non-stop when I came back from my walk yesterday evening, and his kids had shouted "fuck off" and "pussy" over the balcony, but I can't say it was directed at me because I don't know. They're autistic, they swear, but it's not acceptable when you're coming into your home. The guy upstairs was sat on his balcony smoking a cigarette, letting his kids run around, and one of them shouted "fuck off" and "pussy," and I felt it was directed towards me, but I obviously can't prove it, can I? And I'm a woman, so that's disgusting language coming from children for a start, and the parents not making any attempt to stop them doing it. I don't know what that is. It just felt terrible, and I came in, I did not react to it, I didn't get cross, I just sat down and put up with this behaviour, which is unacceptable. A woman was in the background talking, and I heard her say and it seemed staged on purpose. I told him somewhere more private. He left it a few minutes, called again on a private number. I could still hear a female voice. His attitude was rude, and he kept interrupting me, not letting me speak. When I said I wanted to complain, he said couldn't catch it. And he put the phone down on me. It happened on one day, thank you. Date of incident. Alexa, what's the date today? And I probably took Alexa off because I was talking to the police officer. Oh my God, so I don't actually know what the time is. I'll go into the bedroom, I've got another Alexa in there. Alexa, what's the time? I don't know what the time was, roughly. We're going to say 8:50, I'm not sure whether it was. Right, so what's the date today? We'll go to the calendar. So it's Monday the 15th. It's the 15th of September 2025. Sorry guys, I'm filling this form with you. This is a complaint about Kent Police Officer Sage, who was absolutely rude to me over the phone and treated me like dog muck. Because they don't want to, there's something going on, corrupt. Where did it happen? Call was taken from my flat. I'm being harassed. So I put the wrong date down. It's this phone. It's going through. Yes. PC Sage. What would I like to see happen? An explanation from the police. And they want my age. No, God, this phone. Got to double check. So I'm white British. Got to fill in these ethnicity forms. So I'm British English. I'm a female. Yes, I was born female. My gender at birth was female. Heterosexual. I'm not married. Not married. And I'm definitely not pregnant. This is ridiculous, filling all this just to get this in. So that's being submitted. So I'm doing it the right way. He's being complained about. Once you've made a complaint about the police, there are several possible outcomes. Every complaint is different, but we'll follow the legislation and the Independent Office for Police Conduct Guidelines to try to find a satisfactory solution. If the reasons for your complaint are clear, if you're unhappy with the outcome of your complaint, so we'll see what they come back with. We'll read out the letter to you that they come back with. It's usually an excuse. This is going to a solicitor now. Everything they write is going to a solicitor and being kept. And I'm having an independent person look at this because this is wrong. They prevented my father. They allowed my father to continue to sexually assault me by doing nothing way back in 2008 to 2011. So there's something fishy and wrong going on within the police force. I told this PC sage, you just keep making excuses, and you're making excuses for serious crimes like rape and sexual assault. This is not on. So I'm doing the right thing. We're going through the right route. You make a complaint. If they write back, I'm going to complain and say it's not good enough if they don't investigate what's going on to me right now within this couple of months. They've now made an excuse for stalking, which is absolutely ridiculous. See you later.